These are the best highlights from the matchup between G2 and FlyQuest during the quarterfinals of the 2024 Esports World Cup.
This is another opportunity for him to just pump out the deeps.
I mean, Cassiopeia is basically an 80 carry that does magic damage, let's be honest.
Yep.
You just press a different button in order to do it. It's okay, Boosty already taking a lot of damage. Yike coming in, and that is going to be first blood already at 3 minutes into the game. Yike going to collect it, and G2. And here on this top side of the map, Boosty going to be able to grab a stun, gets the flash out from Yike as well. Definitely not wanting to stick around. It looks like Inspired should be able to grab these grubs. There's the second one as well. Bwipo coming down, utilizing that lane control that he's picked up, and that's all three. Can they find a team fight as well? Those rocket jump in. Quad is going crazy. And Caps trying to get himself out of that. Impale very back home. And yes, G2 have picked up first blood, but here could be another opportunity for FlyQuest as Caps trying to get himself out of there. The Q gonna miss that from Inspired. And the burn is gonna come in, and Brand is on the board. Mystic shot or anything like that right now. Looks like it's just gonna be a dragon consideration as Bwipo doing a fair bit of work up here. Last time we checked in, the Gragas was doing a great job as G2 looking to even the score when it comes to these grubs in response to the first dragon of the game. And FlyQuest actually with a fair bit of control as far as picking up these neutrals and staying in it. Good series yesterday.
Yeah, that is fair. But this is definitely one right now where G2 Esports are going to be the ones starting off the Herald, and it doesn't look like there's going to be any response whatsoever from FlyQuest. This was the perfect opportunity for them to dirty the waters, get a couple of those kills, get a couple of those opportunities for team fight, but none of that's going to be coming through. And the big thing you always got to ask is when one team gets an objective, what is the other team doing with the...
True. And it's going to be spawning now. We have the Rift Herald spawning in the river, just back where she belongs. It's actually really cute. And she's going to run from home and try to take down this outer turret. That should be a thing, but FlyQuest are going to be able to trade it for this dragon. And the extra gold for G2, I think they're going to be very, very happy with, right? Being able to build up a bit of tempo.
I don't know how many FlyQuest members are actually here.
Yeah, there is a sneaky little Mario, and there he comes. Quad diving on out. Caps taking a lot of damage, and there is the Tristana sec. Quad gonna be able to lock down that kill there as well. 1-0-1 for the Tristana, and unfortunately lost his mid laner a little bit too fast. Masu in this mid lane, trying to deal with G2, looking to make a cross map. And it might still be possible. The slow not actually going to land on a Mickey X, though, as he finds the Glacial Fissure. And FlyQuest kind of thought they had an opportunity, but Inspire goes down before he can really do anything at all. And now G2 are trying to dive on in. The Impale is decent, but the Body Slam is better. And now the Teleport's coming in once again. Quad finally in the battle as Bwipo diving for Rush, cuts them all down, and they don't even need the Brand to do the AoE because Quad and Masu are going bananas here in the mid lane. Caps finally respawning though, and can he do enough to try and get this one back as Yike is there to support?
FlyQuest to take another opportunity for a fight.
Well, Bwipo, he's going to be driving towards Caps here. Does get the Valkyrie out as there's the Solar Flare, stuns up the Corki. There's not a lot of damage, but I guess there is enough as Bwipo. True Shot Barrage doesn't quite find the mark though as Quad
they're just winning.
Shooting against Broken Blade. Yeah, over and over again. They're just not quite able to answer as Quad. He's going to say, yeah, you're going to push me away. I'll jump forward. Is now just looking for Broken Blade here. As now Bwipo getting pushed away from the Banana Brush, but they still do have that ward in there. In fact, everyone with vision available. Quad moving on up, and with all of these extra brushes, it is a dangerous time here for G2. They're trying to set themselves up though. They've got their brushes down. As Mickey X moving forward, the Impale is going to pull him out. That is going to be the dragon picked up by G2, but can they keep themselves alive as the redemption comes through? But it's a little too late, and they lose their support. Mickey's on the floor, and FlyQuest, yes, they lose the dragon. They don't get to that soul point, but still, and that is looking dangerous. And that is that 2-item spike that we were talking about. One thing that we need to mention is the fact that FlyQuest really had an advantage. Oh, never mind. Masu tries to get out, and he's not going to be able to. The shutdown comes through. Inspired has to flash, and the outer turret is going to be taken. And in an instant, G2 just say, no, we have the control. Never you mind.
We got surprised about that just the same way that Masu fights getting those 3 kills. When Broken Blade shuts him down, they find a bunch of kills. They find some more going over on top.
Speaking of which, finds the double body slam. Quad able to get himself out of there, but the door is in position, and the flank angle from Caps is crazy. still. Decent position for Quad, but they find him. Body slam comes through once again, and the shutdown comes in from the mid laner from G2. Whippo's out of there. There's the double kill for Caps, and all of a sudden, everything's on fire.
And the flags now. Masu is still coming around to see if he can try and poke people off, but he's got to deal with so much. There's a mid lane turret that they could potentially get, but G2 taking the fights that we saw earlier, turning them on their head. Now they're going to be getting the Baron. Now they're going to be taking control of the map, and this might be the Harlem Globetrotting that we were looking at.
Yeah, this is a huge swing for G2. They are going to be able to take this one down. The Baron will be off the back end of this one. Empowered Recall is going to be helping out, and at least they do manage to get this out of turret.
Whippo.
Okay, Whippo is taking matters into his own hands, but I don't know whether it's a great idea. Knocked up by the Glacial Fissure and then knocked down.
Already routed. Inspire just had to turn around. Now they're looking for Broken Blade.
Yeah, that's a party cask there as Broken Blade should be going down here. Quad able to lock that one up and had the explosive charge there. Done Whippo in the top side, and this Baron buff is being used to take down one turret with all 4 members that are here. Gragas moving towards the mid lane to try and stop Quad. But if FlyQuest are able to get more, then it should be okay. But if they lose an inhibitor, it's probably not.
Interesting.
So we're going to be trading for the Dragon, and FlyQuest, your base is now exposed.
Yeah.
So 1 inhibitor, not end of the world, I guess. But if they lose a Nexus turret, it's really, really bad.
Here comes the teleports coming through from FlyQuest. They will get the Ocean Soul point, but they're not going to be finding a fight here at all. They do end up defending their Nexus turrets, but feels like a very brinksmanship kind of way of playing.
It's a little bit dark out there, as we can see. Mikyx slightly separated and Whippo on a beautiful flank angle. Solar Flare going to immediately be cleansed, but that is now on cooldown. Oh, the Impale goes absolutely nowhere, and the door is fantastic. Whippo having to flash away as Caps back into the fight one more time. True Shot Barrage doing deadly damage, actually, as Fly 2 inhibitors in trade for a neutral. Joshi, I just don't think that is the right play.
This is definitely the spot where we see FlyQuest. They are trying to get every single one. They do end up getting the red buff, but they're going to be giving a mid lane turret for it.
Well, Quad is now back, so maybe FlyQuest are happy to fight as Inspired. Looking to try and set up. Great Cask is going to connect, but Inspired flashes away. True Shot Barrage finds Hans Sommer on that backline, but he's very safe. Masu, though, he gets on in there. Hans Sommer is in so much trouble, but he survived. Oh, there it is. It's Whippo that locks it down. And FlyQuest looking for Yike now getting chased down by the lawnmower, and we'll have to flash to get on over. He escapes, but could this be FlyQuest now setting up for a Baron themselves, or do they have to go back and protect their base, or are they going to try and win the game? There are a lot of different options here.
They're trying to everything. They're looking for Caps on the top side right now. Cap's going to be blowing up, and he's going to be away from the base defense. It's only
so much time, but Quad is at least able to take down the inhibitor in the mid lane, and that is a staggering of the backs there as well, with Caps going down so late for a second there, and then it was an Ivan and a Braum, so we weren't going to see a death or anything like that, as the Baron will be taken down. The Ocean Drake is up and available. Now, FlyQuest don't necessarily, I think the Baron, very important. And also, having the minions not destroy your Nexus is also somewhat important if they do want to win this game.
Yeah, a little bit surprised though. I feel as though they could have gotten both of those things with Caps still dead. True Shot Barrage not going to be getting the Miracle Steal, but team, that's when they make their move. They come and they get the damage down, and then they're able to chase Yike and Caps.
We got another team fight, another Impale going wide. There's a Glacial Fissure somehow avoided. That was narrow Whippo right there.
Narrow
Blade getting chunked. Remember, this is not a tanky Greg. It's got a cosmic drive. As Quad is just playing the PvE game here on the bottom side of the map. Inner turret will be taken down, and G2, I think they're going to have to start protecting their base. There's the teleport to come on through, as thankfully does have that Bloodthirster now completed, so can get a bit of that health bar back, but you can see pushing them out, and Mikyx finds the Glacial Fissure, puts up the door as the Impale comes in. Solar Flare is fantastic, and Mickey is just cut down, and now FlyQuest are flashing forward the explosion, as Quad is going to be taken down on the back end, but they'll trade that for Caps, and Masu is still up. Hans Sommer is surrounded, finds the net. It was decent, but they didn't kill the Ezreal. A triple kill for the young man from FlyQuest, and they might just just walked
in this game, and he is doing it magnificently. 7-1-5 coming out for the young rookie, and FlyQuest are going to be getting the first game over G2. This is not the way I think anybody was expecting today to go. We already got 2 games from Top Esports, and FlyQuest now in pole position to try and knock EU out of the tournament.
And someone's got to check the time zones or something like that, because Orcs yesterday said that it was no longer going to be the 4th of July, but I'm sensing the freedom as FlyQuest is...
Keep your frontline alive.
It's true. I mean, I feel like in the last game, we had a firepower... We reached firepower parity. Now Inspired, looking to try and help Whippo get into that position. As walking behind the turret, there's the flash already. He's taking so much damage, though. That's going to be first blood, and maybe you just take it.
You end up just getting this trade, and you also get a map showcase where he is, which means Yike is uncontested.
Feels like FlyQuest are a little bit too far up as they do get into the mist. They avoid the crash down, but that is still so much damage that they're taking. The flash out does come through here from Masu. The snare is decent, and Whippo just grabs himself a shield, and here we find Mickey. I don't know about that one, but he does get the Shattering Strike off. And now Piercing Darkness is coming through, and FlyQuest keep themselves alive, although they don't hold on to the flash from Masu.
And Inspired is here. He was able to get the Krugs, and he's trying to turn this fight around.
Yeah, they're trying to keep him interested. The equalizer is too good, though. And maybe just feeling a little bit like they could bite off more.
Yeah, it's crazy. We got to start looking at it. We'll take a look at the post-game breakdowns for all the KDA, but G2, they are taking a little bit more control of the top side, giving themselves a very small lead across the board. But FlyQuest are still going to be the ones who end up getting a couple more of these grubs. And
Broken Blade playing pretty defensively as he clears out vision, but then looking for that face check. Twisted Advance comes on through, equalizer down, and Broken Blade's just walking on it, doing a whole bunch of work with that ultimate. But the Nature's Grasp coming on out. Whippo just standing in front of him. The flash comes in. Broken Blade down to about 3 health. Vault Breaker from Yike looked like he was trying to take down his teammate, but
stayed about the same spot for a long time. Uh-oh, Quad.
Yeah, I'm not sure about this one. Dawning Shadow comes down as Quad looks to get himself under the turret. He will do so. Inspired, can you get here in time to save your mid laner? The answer is yes, as they go too far, and FlyQuest take 2 under their turret. That was an insane teleport, but I guess Quad can say it was all planned.
I mean, that's exactly what we need to lead, but they're also going to be getting another neutral objective as they are starting to look for this Ocean Dragon. FlyQuest, I mean, it looks like we've had so many of these opportunities where there is a 2v2 or a 3v2 going on at one time, and then some global ult comes out, turns things around. Inspired is in exactly the right place. I can't wait to see it again.
Man, that was nutty. And just getting there in the nick of time as well. So they'll be able to secure the first Dragon of the game. That's going to be an Ocean. Now, see what G2's got to trade back here, because if it's back-to-back upset, like 2 zeros today,
oh, I'm
going to lose my mind. Okay, Depth Charge comes down. There's the flash. The hook is perfectly placed. As Quad comes in, that's a lot of DPS available. But Busio, he's just going to die. And Hans Sama, can he survive here as Quad's dead as well? So that's a 2-for-1 in favor of the young Varus underneath his turret.
That's the 4th one going through, and now FlyQuest have to be very careful because it looks like it's not done.
Yeah, flash crash down. There's a Magnet Storm as well, as Inspired is just going to be put into the blender. Finds himself the Twisted Advance, and Yike will get taken down here by Masu, who's just underneath his turret, standing his ground. We got to get a bit of damage off towards Caps here, who's looking for that auto. There's the flash hook, gets the flash out of Caps. Actually, looking towards this top lane as it is going to be Caps taking that first turret of the game on the Tristan.
With the Maokai will be coming through. Now, I do have to talk about it. I don't talk about items a lot, but the opportunity. Got to be reading those patch notes, guys. It has so much less lethality now in the new patch for ranged champions than it was before. So maybe a little bit less damage than Masu was hoping to do off of this one, but still going to be building up all those souls. We'll still have plenty of power going through, and 10 seconds left until...
See, even Whippo just moving back towards the top side. He'll have that teleport at the ready. It's now FlyQuest move in, but this is just it. There's no way that they're going to be able to contest that Dragon. Mountain. Shelly go for a bit of a ride. Unfortunately, crashes straight into the wall, which is not really what they wanted. Now the Magnet Storm is going to start off this fight for G2. The Dawning Shadow is trying to keep them alive, and Masu is just going to be taken out. Yike will be destroyed as well, though, so a 1-for-1 trade. And now Whippo, can you keep Inspired alive? The answer is no, and it's a double kill for the Rumble. Yeah, a little bit of missed driving there on the side. And that Leandri's, like you were talking about, has been picked up here by Whippo, and you could see it mows down these minion waves, so he's able to defend against Caps decently well. But now Quad moving up towards the top side to try and protect Whippo. Dawning Shadow looking to try and save him as well, but it's not quite going to work out. The Nature's Grasp comes in, Quad is going to be taken out, and there's the Twisted Advance. Inspired, he's able to at least kill one, and now the Root's going to connect onto Mickey. Inspired's dead though, and it's still a one fight for G2 as they're also able to take down the turret.
A 3 for 2.
Buttons ready to be pressed as Whippo will find Broken Blade for the minute, and
Damage.
he's not able to quite tank it as well as he used to as the equalizer comes down, and there goes the Udyr. He runs around a whole lot, but other than that, it's hasn't been a whole lot of much as he just finds the barbecue and unfortunately puts his face on it. So now the first Mountain Drake going to be taken here by G2. Should be able to secure that very comfortably, but FlyQuest not going to give up without taking something themselves, and the depth charge going to come on through as well as Quad does a whole bunch of work. Now Caps, can he actually help grab this kill is the question, as Mickey a little bit too far forward. Yike looking for an opportunity, but the Vault Breaker does not work, and he does get snared by Busio on his way past. This Nautilus playing beautifully, but now Masu is off on the wrong side, and Caps will just shoot him where he stands still. They're able to take down Broken Blade, and this fight is all over the place as Rocket Jump from Caps will get
is too low to really come over whatsoever. He'll try and jungle privilege his way back up to some reasonable HP, but it looks like Caps is just going to have to go for the mid lane turret here, and FlyQuest, like you said, a very chaotic fight, but they should be able to pick up this Baron buff, and we'll see what they can do with it.
I'm absolutely baffled, but now Yike is coming in. He's here at exactly the right time, but the saplings were there. And he gets the ward in, but that's just to watch the Baron go down as Mickey's going to get hooked. He's a little bit further forward than the rest of his team as Busio, he may have to be the sacrificial Big Daddy, and he will be taken down. Cap's going to grab yet another kill. 4-2 and 5 now on the... He might be in his pajamas, but they look like running close to me as Whippo on that inner turret. He might just come on over and look to try and take down Broken Blade. He gets the slap, and there's a Twisted Advance. The Bramble Smash is decent as the Dawning Shadow comes in, but the Piercing Arrow is so strong, and Busio goes for a Buster Shot right, and now Hans Armor's just free hitting. Busio will be taken down. It's a double kill for the Varus, and it's I throw you catch here in this game.
And it's a negative Baron power play coming up from FlyQuest with so many members looking for Broken Blade.
Yeah, Broken Blade completely out of flash, and I think he's really, really dead. Yep.
Very dead.
I'm not a prophet, but I got that one right.
Atlas
as inner turret will be taken in mid and top lane, and I imagine that if I was Broken Blade, I would be saying whether they can get it together and look for this next fight as the Dragon has spawned and G2 right in position to collect themselves a soul point. And FlyQuest moving towards an empty Baron pit at this point in time, not feeling like they have any right to be heading on over and contesting
Western go, as we do have a Baron getting actually started up.
Yeah, it is. And Caps is down here by himself, and this Baron is going down extraordinarily low. With Mickey looking for that turn though, Caps is able to even take one down in the 1v. It's a double kill. He kills both of them. Never you mind. And now FlyQuest are being routed on the other side because of course it's a 4 versus 3. Busio now, yes, he's relatively tanky, but I don't think he's going to be able to survive this one. No inner turret to run to, and it's going to take Yike a while, but he'll just punch, and then he'll punch and he'll ask questions later and those Vi quotes and things like that as he misses the Vault Breaker, and things are looking a bit yakety sacks.
It's
and
out.
He just, that was weird.
That's a little bit weird. Ultimately, the Baron will be going over. I need to see a replay of what happened in the bottom lane because I was looking at everything in the top side of the map, and that means that Caps walks away with a double kill in the one. We are on par for a 5th game of the day. We'll take another look at this one, and Caps get some damage down. That's a lot coming out from the explosive shot, and great job just dodging out of everything. Does he get another explosive? Yeah, he does, and it's the minions that are actually once you take him down.
Of the world, but it's getting closer as Busio really wants to get into depth charge range. Doesn't have flash, so won't be able to do so, as now it's Whippo that's in trouble on the bottom side, and the rest of G2, they're just relying on the Caps global taunt, and they'll just win the game. Yes, congratulations. The Tristana is dead. Are you happy to trade her for a Nexus? I don't think they are, as the Magnet Storm comes in, and Mickey, he'll be taken down. It looks like this defense may work out, but it's a Nexus turret that is going to be destroyed here as G2 are potentially even looking for more.
I mean, honestly, as FlyQuest committed 2 teleports and 3 members towards the top side in order to just take down 1 player from the other side. This is so monumental of a lead coming through for G2 in this game. Yeah, it's a very tough position if you are a FlyQuest fan in this game, but now G2, they're lining up for potentially the last fight of the game. It will be a 5-on-5, and here's a teleport from Broken Blade.
Yeah, looking to make his way in. That's going to hold on to that minion there as well as Equalizer comes down as soon as he gets there. But FlyQuest have the help of the turret, and the hook is going to connect as well.
What?
Broken Blade able to go golden to try and keep himself alive, and Caps has already taken down Busio with the explosive charge as he makes his exit. Remember what had happened earlier on? If this was a cooking show, this is what we prepared earlier. That dead inhibitor means that G2 can then move on over, take this one out. FlyQuest are distracted by the super minions, looking to bear down on their 1 remaining Nexus turret.
I mean, there's nowhere else for G2 to be at this point. Just got to continue pushing them. And Quad.
Oh dear. Quad's going to get jump scared and destroyed.
All right, next challenger.
Yeah, Whippo turns up and he's like, oh, I'm going to run. And Udir's very good at that. Does have Ghost if he needs it. He does not, but he might use it now to try and join this fight. Masu just going to be eviscerated, and the wallets are getting real heavy. That is going to be the shutdown, so at least Hans Hammer is going to fall, but so is the Nexus turret. And Caps, he can decide to end the game if he would like to, but first, he has got some revenge to pick up from after game number 1. G2 now looking to even the scoreline here against FlyQuest in game number 2 and do it with style here a little bit as well, as G2 will take down the 2nd Nexus of the series.
Every single time one of these fights is actually going to start, and with the very limited crowd control that FlyQuest has access to, the passive for Broken Blade, a contest here for the Krugs.
Yep. Inspired is going to have a whole bunch of friends, though, as the Wall of Pain not quite doing anything at all. Defile comes in. He has tried to flash away, and then he's just dead. That is first blood. This is going to continue relentlessly shove these waves in. 2v2. Yeah, Arrow coming out of base here. And this is so dangerous. Arrow is going to connect. He kind of eats it with the slice there, which was pretty cool, but there is the kill going over to Broken Blade. Flash out from Busio, and the Requiem not really doing too much of anything at all. Wind becomes lightning. Busio gets under the turret, but they're looking to try and dive him anyway. Winter's Fight comes through, and that is the trade kill. Looking pretty fantastic there. Busio making the best out of it.
The ultimate get a little bit of money from the assist and the first strike, but will also be grabbing this Hextech Dragon for FlyQuest. And so even though the kills are starting to go in the favor of G2, FlyQuest are keeping themselves in a pretty good position in terms of the neutral objectives. However, the one big thing that we're looking at is this Mundo suddenly has 3 kills all of a sudden, Atlas.
Yeah.
We are going to be seeing this on
FlyQuest, I think, if they want to have any chance of doing any damage whatsoever. Some bouncing bombs coming in here as Busio looks to try and get the stun down. Hans Hammer looking to turn it as best he can. There's a Mega Inferno Bomb, and the bouncing bomb going to be picked up.
like, great. Your Slice and Dice is on a longer cooldown than my Warmars.
Hans Hammer in a little bit of a rough position here. Masu not finding all of the bombs, but it doesn't matter because Inspired has
just enough damage in the explosive shot. Busio not going to be able to find anything there. We do have another Dragon and the Riptide spawning in about 40 seconds, and Mickey X does not have a lot of HP to play with.
Yeah, and now Busio might be in the wrong spot. Still a lot of damage, and he does get one back. Make that 2! And the Phosphorus Bomb just before Caps dives in. Still he's able to get the Leona, but that's a great team to come on over. It's going to be the Drake, though, started up here by G2, looking to even the score on that front. They should be able to do it without FlyQuest moving on in, as they are at least hovering around the area, but no vision available, and a little bit too dangerous to try and face check. Busio was on vision there momentarily, as FlyQuest, all right. I think they're done with this. Mondo is just on the phone in the laning phase. It's just rude. And now Broken Blade could be in trouble. Let's see whether the Solar Flare is going to do enough. They have a fair bit of CC up here towards this top side, but they're going to need all of it. Wow. There he goes. Whippo able to get his revenge. The arrow not quite positioned in the right spot. But Caps still able to grab that first turret off. Get out of the way. Inspired has spent a lot of time with Shelly. And that is going to cost them both their outer turret, bottom lane, outer turret, mid lane, and a little bit more. Still, they were able to get outer on the top side as well in response. Is okay, Whippo looking for a bit of an angle, but they don't have the man advantage unless maybe the Requiem can try and turn that. Caps down relatively low. Whippo out of cooldowns for the minute.
With that structure, they got a lot of vision control, and FlyQuest, Whippo does have the flash, but Caps wisely not going to be tempting fate in this one, but he doesn't see.
Yep, there's the Dominus, and he gets back around. That actually looked really cute there, Whip. Hair, you know, because the arrow went by and he caught the breeze, and then he had to adjust the hair back again. Beautiful.
Starting up this Dragon FlyQuest, yeah, at least thinking about it, and Whip was like, I don't know what's going on over here at all, but that will be a first Mountain Dragon going over towards G2, making Broken Blade that much more difficult to take down, and the rest.
Finding himself caught in a few more positions so far this series is Broken Blade getting cut down by Bwipo once again. Let's see whether he can actually finish the job. The answer is probably not, and then Broken Blade spends some time standing still and then gets all of his health bar back, and then Bwipo has to do it again, unless...
Yike.
Yeah, Yike is going to come in and ruin his day. Bwipo does press the R button. Let's see what he can get done here. Yike is just dead. He is eaten by a crocodile, and now Broken Blade is also struggling. Has to flash away, and Hansama sinks his arrows in and is able to take him down. Now Quad taking matters into his own hands as well, and I don't know whether that was necessarily the right move as the... Damn, Bwipo's an absolute monster here in this top lane, but still, I think that one works out for G2.
Yeah, just seeing the way that he's starting to build this means that he's doing so much damage to all of these individuals. He has a ton of burst, and unfortunately, the Crescent Guard only helps you against range champions. It does not give you the same. Already got 2 items completed. Inspired has 2 items completed. We see Quad on the 2, and here's another member.
This is going to be very difficult for him to get out of, as he does have a door, but they were already in the house, unfortunately. Hansama taken down to about 50%, as it's a decent Mega Inferno Bomb, and now FlyQuest should be able to get towards this outer turret and take that one down somewhat quickly, not even needing the satchel charge there for the execution as Hansama. Ooh, mini stun into the wall there as well. Is able to back away. Is this Requiem going to do enough is the question. No, it's not, but still, he's going to be out of the fight. Caps completes an Infinity.
Has an opportunity to run up towards this Tri-Brush, but he would get spotted by the wave. Yeah, he has to move soon.
He's an assassin as well. As now Inspired, can you actually win the 50-50 on this one? Yike looking to try and lock that one down. There it is for FlyQuest, and now Bwipo's found the backline. Caps possibly in trouble. The slices, the dices, it doesn't work because he's so squishy. Flash out from the Mega Inferno Bomb, and these health bars are so low. Where is the Requiem? There it is. Is it going to get the kills? There goes Yike. So he's able to take down one, but can they get the rest of these low health bars? That's the question. Quad, now's your time. You can flash in and grab them this time. As Broken Blade, he's got a big old health bar, is now out of flash as the teleport is coming in, and Caps, he has a full health bar and he just wants to play Mario on FlyQuest. Masu, he's going to be the first one to go down, and now Quad just dives on top of the Braum. Okay, that's an interesting maneuver. Broken Blade will come in and just hits him with his breach, but first we're going to check out this Dragon fight one more time. Yeah. We're going to need to focus on the picture-in-picture here as there's a teleport coming in, but this Baron is just going to be taken by G2. And FlyQuest now finding themselves closed in upon the... Karthus is nowhere near. Boostio realizing that he's not getting out, as there's the Requiem to try and start this one off. Oh my goodness, Yike just explodes. And now Mickey, he's down to about 20% as well. Hansama's very, very low. Quad has been taken out though, and Bwipo is not quite as tanky as other Renekton's, as we mentioned earlier. And Mega Inferno, what? And now Inspired is going to take the Raptors. And FlyQuest, unfortunately, they lose out on the Baron. They lose out.
Opportunity that FlyQuest had to try and turn around this game. But like you said, Inspired nowhere nearby for that fight. That's going to be 2 inner turrets going down. That's going to be 2 inhibitor turrets also probably falling here, as Broken Blade has enough HP that he can just take this and not care whatsoever. Cap's going to take the top side at the same time, and 2 inhibitors going down out of nowhere. This game was so even for so long here, Alice, and suddenly G2 is in total control.
Yeah, that's a 6,000 gold Baron Pal.
Flashes over the wall.
Yeah, just flashing over the wall.
Recreationally.
Having a good time. He will get back towards the rest of his teammates. But like you say, this is just going to be the last inhibitor. There is a conga line of buffed up super minions making their way towards the nexus of FlyQuest. And even though game number 1 went so incredibly well, the fairy tale seems to be over for the North American squad, as G2 will take down the nexus and keep their dreams and their key alive here at EWC, and FlyQuest unfortunately gonna have to go home. It does mean we have regional representation from everyone moving towards the semi-finals. And
these were some of the best highlights from the 2024 Esports World Cup quarterfinals matchup between G2 and FlyQuest. Which moment was your favorite? Let me know in the comment section below. This is OP, and I'll see you tomorrow. Take care.